So much
Okay.
of this literally comes down to audience selection. That's what, you select the wrong audience, nothing is going to work.
This is very exciting. And then hopefully we bump up the average cart value, and then that gives you more budget to work with on the ad side.
But here's what we're going to do.
I'm dreaming, oh, I believe in this dream I've been dreaming, oh, I'm dreaming, oh, I believe in this dream I've been dreaming, oh.
Okay, Believe Nation, we're here, it's happening. Had a few technical difficulties to make this work, but we made it happen because we're entrepreneurs, and that's what we do, family.
Yes.
So we're here. Mark Jager is helping me build my empire, and he's gonna give us a quick update and then probably give me some homework. So how are we doing, Mark? Where are we?
How are we doing? Well, honestly, we're in a bit of a lull, right? So
That is not what I want to hear.
Well, do you want me to be honest or not?
Yes, but I want to fix it.
So honestly, we got a plan, buddy. We are going to fix this. Action is always the answer, you say, right? So
we got a plan, or we're doing.
We are doing. So
I like it.
So in March, we did the giant pre-sale campaign. I think it went, it certainly exceeded my expectations. It was very, very strong. We saw that combining.
I don't know if it exceeded expectations. It was decent.
It exceeded my expectations. It was.
To raise our standards here. Exceeded expectations.
It exceeded my expectations. So I was actually quite happy with. So what we found is running the type of advertising we were running on YouTube and Facebook, adding the remarketing, which we talked about in past episodes, and having all of your social channels talk about it every day, and running your email marketing list, when combined, did very, very well. The last time we spoke together, we were kind of wrapping up. We must have been post-campaign, post-launch when we spoke together last. But what wasn't clear yet at the time was how much things would slow down. And so what we found is we were running awareness ads, or attention ads as we call them. We were running remarketing. We were doing emails. You were talking about it. The email sequence finished because the book launched. And then when that happened, we found that our attention ads kind of slowed down and stopped working. So we shut those off. And then we found our remarketing ads were slowly starting to slow down and stop working. So we pared those down to the core ads. And the reason why we're in a little bit of a lull is we finally now, a month after the launch of the book, I would say over the last 5 days, 8 days, whatever it is, the last week, we've really kind of extinguished. We've kind of used up the momentum from that push. We've learned a whole.
I hate it so much.
You hate it so much. We've learned a whole bunch.
Used up momentum and it's gone. It's like poison. Marcus injected poison into my vein. I can't feel my arm anymore, guys. I can't feel my arm. We used up the momentum. Okay, let's go.
Well, so I mean, there's a few principles in terms of how you approach marketing and want marketing to be done for your business that have you starting quite large and ambitious, but constantly pairing back to the things that are proving to work. Some things that worked 2 weeks ago stop working today. Some things you pare down and down and down and down. And what you do then is you launch then the next new idea. And I did not want to get too bullish with you. You know, we could start the next new idea early and just blow through cash, but I know that wouldn't really make you very happy either.
Okay, so let's talk about what we're doing. What are we doing?
So what are we doing? So what we've done is we've basically honed in on the old campaign. We're down to 3 key ads that have worked, and we're going to keep those simmering. We're going to keep those on. I've developed 2 new creatives for that old campaign that I'm going to share with you live now that you're not even aware of, because I developed it this morning.
Exciting!
And then I want to share with you the next phase of the campaign.
Okay, but is this in market though? Because we already got some sales. Are those test sales or those are real sales?
Is what in market?
You created a new funnel where we duplicated everything.
Yes, that's not in market yet.
Okay, because it got 2 sales or 3 sales.
Those are test sales.
Test sales, okay.
Yes, that was my team this morning confirming that everything is set up because we set up the funnel yesterday
Got
and
it.
then we set it up this morning.
And the other one, the original one that had that went to limited, now is back on, is selling. Those are real sales today, or those are fake sales too?
Anything coming through that existing one are real sales.
Yeah, baby. Okay, we're back.
Yeah.
I like
so that existing funnel. So the existing funnel we're not touching. That's focusing on Canada and the US. We still have YouTube, our pared down, focused YouTube campaign is still coming there, and our Facebook remarketing campaign is still going there. So that is all happening. That's happening. And I have 2 new creatives I want to launch into that remarketing campaign that I want to share with you. Some more social proof and some more wording that we've PHA'd. And then we have a whole new campaign we're calling the cold campaign.
Right. Okay. So to date, everything we've done has just been to my audience, and we found the 3 ads that have worked the best. And starting today, we are going to be launching to a cold audience, people who may know me, may not know me, but they're definitely not like super engaged to my community. Right.
Cold audience, assuming they don't know you.
Assuming you don't know me.
Yes.
And Mark is going to show me the creative right now that we're going to launch into market, right?
Live.
Okay, let's go.
Live.
Let's see what you got.
Let's do it live.
Our best performing ads. Mark
I'm going to share my screen.
Okay. He asked me if I wanted to see it beforehand. I'm like, no. I want to see it. I want to see it live. We only work with the best. I like that. Oh, yeah.
That's my website.
Oh, okay. Great, Mike.
Okay. So what we have found in market is we have, when you were in February, when you were in Puerto Rico at the mastermind with Jay Shetty and with Lewis Howes and with Dean Graziosi and BB and all of these leaders, Tom Bilyeu and all of these leaders, Lisa, you have all of this photography because these people were nice enough to kind of support the book by taking a picture of you in the book. So what we found is in our original campaign, we put all of these top thought leaders in the campaign with you. And what it's boiled down to is in all of these different combinations, the photo of you and Dean, more often than not, works really well. Dean Graziosi.
Okay.
The photo of you and Jay Shetty and Lewis Howes at times does really well. And right now we're running a split test to see if that comes down to the photo or the copy.
Okay.
And then the photo of you and Brendan has done okay and then stopped doing okay.
Ooh,
and so it's really those are like the 3 areas of focus for us. As we start to move from those who know you to those who don't know you, it makes sense for us to start to target people who are already into thought leadership, people who are already into development, and where you can start to establish some trust or transfer because you've been around these people. So what we've done is we've looked at Dean's audience, and we have a pretty big breakdown and something I need to talk to you about. We have we can go after Lewis's audience with the School of Greatness, and then we have Brendan's. Now, Dean's photo of you and Dean, every time we launch the campaign, every time we relaunch the campaign, it has been the most consistent.
Okay.
So what we want to do, it makes sense for us to start with Dean and then test and then have a challenger against that based on audience.
Yep.
So the first thing that I have to share with you, and this isn't me giving you any kind of suggestion, I need to talk to you about it. Dean's audience skews very heavily female.
Okay.
So a few things to note. How transparent do we want to be in the types of things that we look at here? This is a question for you, Evan.
Let's go.
Let's go? Great. Okay. So what we did was we specifically looked at Dean's Facebook and Instagram breakdown. And so what we have is...
Okay, but this is public data, right? Like this is
100% public-ish data. Yeah, this is data. We didn't ask Dean for it. He didn't reveal it to us. Yeah. And we're not, we have software that allows us to do very specific breakdowns of things, but we're not doing anything unsavory or immoral.
Yeah.
I just want to know how these are the kind of conversations you and I have in strategy. I want to know how public we want to make these.
Dean is a supporter.
Yes.
Dean's going to give us a video, reading the book. He wants to see it win. So this is all like, it's good. It's kosher. It's legit. It's fine. This isn't, we're not sharing something that Dean gave us and said didn't share. You don't even know Dean apart from knowing of him.
Me?
Yeah.
I've never met Dean. No, you have. I'm
Yeah.
not.
No, that's it. So this data you're pulling from
Yes.
is something that other people could pull
Could
from as
easily
well.
access as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
So the first part is we have not to date been able to make YouTube profitable or even break even for you.
Okay.
So we launched a new ad last Sunday, and we're waiting to see how that does. The campaign's currently selling at about $64 Canadian. So we're somewhere around $20. We're somewhere around losing $20 for every book that we sell right now, which is not. So our next step in my mind isn't to go after Dean's YouTube audience, because we have not been profitable with your YouTube audience. So it's something we can do. It's something we can look at and test, but we would basically be taking budget and anticipating a loss off the top.
We made a new ad for YouTube, didn't we?
Yes, it launched on Sunday, and we're waiting on data.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah. So we are looking at Facebook and Instagram. Those are Instagram ads, specifically on stories on Facebook. Our Instagram, Facebook ads for the platform, specifically on stories on Facebook, have done very well for you. So a few things. We know that Facebook skews female. Almost all marketers do. And we know that it skews older. We know that Instagram skews kind of balanced and younger. We know YouTube skews male. Those are some realities. So when we look at Dean's Facebook followers, it makes sense that on a platform that skews female and older, that his followers would skew female and older, women 35 to 64. Now, the reason I need to talk to you about this is because your message is a universal message.
Yeah.
Those who don't know you, it's a universal introduction. You can very much appeal to women and slightly older women if they feel motivated to be stronger and better and find their purpose, which makes sense because they want Dean. But your audience tends to skew male and younger. So we're not overlapping these. We just have to be aware that we're now not taking the Evan Carmichael skews male, skews a little bit younger. We're now going after female skews a little bit older.
I wonder how much of this is just platform, though. I mean, I think if you looked platform. Okay, so then then if we apply that, then my Facebook audience should also be skewing female.
It probably would skew female and older, yes. But you don't have a huge Facebook following because you haven't spent time building it up. You have an Instagram, a fairly significant Instagram following, and obviously a very large YouTube following. Yeah. And so we're going after Dean's Facebook and Instagram followers. We can do so. I got confirmation on that. This is the data that's coming back. Skewing female, skewing older on these platforms, something we just need to be aware of. Okay. So how can I help? Well, I'm just running this by you. Location, 97% of his followers are in the US. When we start to, I mean, no. When we focus on a Canada and US only and remove the world.
Oh, got it.
97% of them are in the US. We have the major urban areas within our selected audience. We're basically looking at out of his larger 1.6 million followers, we're basically looking at 500,000 people fit this category. Okay. Now these are other pages that
Maston, nice.
That appear to be relevant.
Okay.
Yep. So this is an overlap from a Facebook point of view on an audience point of view.
A lot of religious stuff. That's interesting.
It is surprising, but the good thing is we've talked about this early on is that you do not have a Christian message, but your message is a Christian message. Mm-hmm. You are not sharing a Christian message, but your message is Christian. Yep. So there could be some good overlap if we wanted to take this Dean focus and then start to target some of these other smaller audiences as well and add to them, because Facebook is telling us that there's an overlap anyway.
Well, it's also like Russell would do something if we need. Like if we need a video from Russell, we already have a picture from Russell, but if we need Russell to do something, he would do something. The other people I don't know as well. Nick Ortner. Why does that name sound familiar? Oh, Nick Ortner. Yeah. Nick would do something. Yeah. Nick does all the tapping. Yeah. He was at Puerto Rico too. Nick would do something for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's his brother that I know. Alex was the guy who was in Puerto Rico. But I'm sure we can get. We did a cartoon of them for Instagram.
Well, these are their Facebook followers, and this is the overlap or the select of the audience of what we could pull.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So just some background data for you as to why we're considering Dean as our initial test and our initial start. So much of this literally comes down to audience selection. That's what, you select the wrong audience, nothing is going to work. No matter how, what you photos or copy or anything. It's just audience is so key. And we know that we have to start these campaigns with a lot of volume. So fewer ad options, higher budgets. You have to start with the volume. So we can't test 25 different people with all these audiences because we just would spread our budget too thin. So starting with Dean, what we're doing for the cold campaign is we're going to test 2 different campaigns, each of them with the same 3 sets of copy. So this is our winning copy from all of the campaigns that we did for your audience. Now these are people who know you, but this is the winning copy that has won across everything that we've done. Right. In my new book, Built to Serve, I'm showing you the powerful, proven method that has helped countless entrepreneurs turn their purpose into profit. Now, most of our ads with the word profit in it, somewhere around mid-March, Facebook did not, with the whole coronavirus and everything, they've really wanted to clamp down on people taking advantage. So this ad has allowed us, it has been approved. It's been approved a whole bunch of times. Other ads with profit have not been approved. Okay. And then we're changing up now. So we're going to be
maybe not all caps as an option, maybe. I don't know if that makes a difference.
This copy's been approved. This headline has been PHA'd from looking at some other people. So free shipping and bonuses for Built to Serve. We of course can't say free copy of Built to Serve. Get your copy here with a whole bunch of equal signs and some arrows, learn more. So this is ad number 1. This is just a photo of you and Dean. Targeting Dean's audience with this copy. The second version is what's known as a long form ad on Facebook. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, but basically you write a very, very long form ad. And we've seen, from, Brendan uses this, Russell uses this, consulting.com uses this, lots and lots of affiliate marketers use this. So we all want to live a life with no regrets, to know that what we're doing really matters, but how?
Yeah, it's fine. I get it. Oh, you don't have to read that whole thing.
Oh, okay. Do you want to read it or no?
Well, are you proud of it?
Yes.
Then it's good.
Perfect. Okay.
You guys don't understand. Mark Drager vomits greatness. So if he's proud of it, it's going to be amazing.
Okay. Well, my new book, Built to Serve, will give you the blueprint.
Okay. I agree. Okay.
Long form ad. Okay.
But now, that's the same picture?
Same picture. Same picture, same campaign.
With the book.
So we have one campaign going after one audience with one budget, and it's going to be the same picture each time with 3 different sets of copy.
When I was in Puerto Rico and I took the picture, the first picture I took was with Lewis and Jay, which is at the bottom left of this screen right here. And I just said, hey guys, you want to take a picture with the book? He's like, yeah, we want to help promote. And then I think Dean was going to be my second. Actually, the very first one was Brendan, and then I went to Lewis and Jay.
Oh, Brendan right there,
yeah. Brendan was the very first, but then I went to Dean, and I was going to grab a bunch of people, and David Bach was there too. He sold 7 million books in the financial space.
This guy.
And there he is. There's David, and I said, hey, David, get in this picture. It's going to be me, David, and Dean. And Dean's like, no, do one at a time.
So he was the one who gave you the breakdown, so that way you could advertise each one and not combine
exactly.
everything.
It's like you don't want to so the Lewis. I should have gone back and just gotten Lewis and just gotten Jay instead of having them both together. Yes. Because when you're targeting, now Lewis and Jay are friends and they know each other and their communities probably know each other. But Dean was the guy who. So then you look at every other picture almost, and it's even so. Tom and Lisa was before Dean. Anything on the balcony, right? Tom and Lisa was before Dean, and so was Russell and his business partner were before Dean. And then I went downstairs, which is all the outside pictures. And and so Dean's like, no, do one at a time. Well, David will still do it, but do one at a time. So anyway, mad love to Dean and his marketing progress. And no surprise that that's the best picture. So that's the one we're using. Yeah. So this is the one that we're using. It does well. This one's done well as well with your audience, but it's just been inconsistent. So anyway, that's it. So we have the photo of Dean. We have our winning copy. We have our long form copy. They all have the same calls to action. We're not changing. Can you have 2 pictures in a video or in an ad or no? Just wait. We're going to test that.
And then C is a medium-sized one that is PHA'd after, it's profiled after a different type of marketer. It's one thing to want a purpose, but another to actually find your purpose. The difference, everyone wants to do work that matters, have meaning, and find their purpose. Few take the time to work through the process of finding their purpose and living a life without regrets. Anyway, so it's a little bit more focused on that. Claim your copy today, get free shipping and free bonuses.
So who's this one modeled after?
This is a Brunson ad.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, and it's still, you can only just have one picture at a time, right?
So campaign number 1 are the same picture.
Okay.
Campaign number 2 is the exact same copy with the exact same 3 ads with the exact same this, but we're going to do carousel ads. So the first photo of each will still be Dean, and then we're going to do 3 to 4 social proofs of people having your book from Pinterest. So one thing that maybe your audience doesn't know is obviously people have been very, very nice to build to serve on social. People have been very nice to share photos of themselves.
Yeah.
We
haven't even asked. I mean, I should ask people.
I know, this is all just like organic. This is what happens when you have such great
and that's what we just found. I mean, not everybody's hasn't even been tagging me. So that's only the ones who tagged me and I found. Some of them are beautiful. Like one of those guys just did a professional photo shoot just because.
This one is
you like
great.
That one?
This one is great.
Okay.
We're actually using part of this quote.
Okay.
We're using part of this quote for one of the ads.
It's the demo. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. I met her.
Yeah.
I met her at in
the
Puerto
mastermind.
Rico.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool, nice.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
So what we're going to do is the second campaign are the exact same copy. So 3 sets of copy, same call to action, same starting with Dean, but then we're going to have 3 or 4 pictures of other people as social proof. And
I also have another session. I have another picture with Dean without the book in a different setting.
Maybe. I don't want to introduce too many things.
I'm thinking if it's in a carousel. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah. So the only difference between ad 1, 2, and 3 is the copy. Yeah. The only difference between campaign 1 and campaign 2 is the fact we have social proof. That's
okay. So it's
going to be exactly the same photo to start with, exact same copy, exact same call to action. Just one campaign is just Dean. The other campaign is Dean with social proof. Ad A, B, and C is exactly the same in both. We're keeping all the variables limited so we can just determine, whether
6 ads
or not. 6 ads in 2 campaigns. Exactly.
Got it.
Keeping the variables limited. Okay.
And we launched today.
If you get approval from this, then yes.
Approved.
Great. Great.
What's that commercial?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I
don't watch commercial TV since.
I think it's a radio commercial where it's like people are going for mortgages.
Oh, yes. It is actually a commercial. Get approved, and they actually reached out to us to discuss.
What did they say?
Agency of record.
But what did they say in the ad?
Approved.
Oh, that's it? Just approved? But he's got an accent or something.
Approved.
Yeah, anyway, okay, good. Yes. Approved. So we launched today. Let's go.
Okay. Now, I also want to introduce some new creative into our remarketing campaign. It's a little bit risky because the remarketing campaign some days is very profitable, other days isn't. So anytime you introduce new creative, it's either the unicorn you've been looking for or you're like, wow, that's tanking and didn't help us at all. So in this one, I have 2 different versions of the exact same ad that I want to introduce, and they're both carousel based. So they start with you have a photo of you holding the book. Let me show you Pinterest.
With the one where I have it out, holding out like that?
Yes, you're holding it on the balcony in.
On the beach, like I'm holding next to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
This one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Not even my face. Okay, got it.
This one has done well.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Look on the beach.
There it is. So this photo is the starting photo. And then it's nothing but a whole bunch of social proofs.
Okay.
And then here's the copy, right? I'm so grateful that I heard Evan Carmichael speak at Brendan Burchard's mastermind in Puerto Rico in February and became an instant fan. When I saw his new book, I read in 24 hours. It's freaking awesome.
That's a real quote though, right? We didn't make that up.
That is a real quote.
Nice. Okay,
I
good.
did right in here. There was she added a sentence that I removed, but
That's fine. Okay, that's fine.
it's a real quote.
Yeah,
Okay.
good. Oh,
And
that's the
then,
girl. That's the woman. The woman
that's the
that we
woman.
saw.
That's
Perfect.
the woman
Nice.
we saw, right?
Wow, what a great quote, eh? That's amazing. I should thank her even more.
And then this is, you should call her up and give her some one-on-one love or something. But this is then
Sounds wrong, Mark. Jesus. Okay, keep going.
basically a profiled copy. So a nice long form ad.
Yeah.
And then I want to launch a second version of the exact same ad. So same pictures, same everything, same copy. The only difference is the quote.
Okay.
Same
woman?
Different woman. This is getting me to the core, exactly what I need. This is the key. This is the key and all in perfect timing. You had me crying and I was only on page 10. Thank you, Evan.
Wow. All right.
That's a real quote too. I had to
That's
do a
a
lot
crazy
of work.
quote.
I had to do a lot of work to find these quotes for you. But there you go. So new campaign that we're moving into, focusing on Dean's audience, going after cold people, which makes me nervous. It's very easy to launch advertising campaigns. It's very hard to make them profitable.
Should we say built to serve reader or something afterwards? No, you don't want to? Okay.
That's not PHA'd.
Got it.
This is
Perfect.
PHA'd. So, and then 2 new longer form ads, which we haven't done a lot of, with changing up our headlines and our descriptions to be more in line with what some other high achievers are doing.
Okay.
That's the plan, Stan.
Okay.
YouTube, I do want to take the new ad that you've created. And I want to start going after the micro influencers you talked about, right? How you were profiling. Right now on our campaign, it's costing us $60 Canadian to sell a book, which is at a loss. And our cost per view is at 8 cents now. So we've taken it from 12 cents, 11 cents down to 8 cents. It's still not at the 5 cents per view that you were getting before, but it's good. It's just, can we do we want to lose $20 on every sale? Not really. So
or we have to really dramatically increase our average cost of in our cart value.
That's the other thing. So one thing that I guess we can explain is when we create an advertising campaign for you, Evan, or when anyone's doing advertising, basically, that if I can sell you a book and the book costs $25 and it costs you $15. So your book is $25 to the person who buys it with free shipping and everything else. It costs you $15 to what's wrong? What are you shaking your head for?
Of all the books to throw up as your sample,
you have not given me a copy yet, Mr. Carmichael.
How is Built to Serve not the sample demo?
You haven't given me a copy. I have a PDF.
Should be printed off and
I should have bought one.
Right?
Yeah. I don't even have. It's so funny because in my garage and in
Mark's
my bedroom.
in the book, by the way, guys. He's in the book.
I have copies of Your One Word everywhere. Like I have 7 copies at work. The other day, I was literally in my garage moving some stuff, and there was a copy of Your One Word sitting on the shelf in my garage.
Mark, if you're gonna show a demo book for your story,
here we go. Perfect. So you take your book.
Wow, wow, Mark.
You said you said Brunson will give you some love. Yeah,
he will. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Okay, so you take your book. It costs you $25. That's the revenue, right? Someone will pay you $25 for the book. It costs you $15 to buy the book, to process the payment, and to get the book in the person's hands. So now you have $10. That's your $10 window. So if all it was that one sale, we would only be able to spend $10 or less in advertising costs on average to sell that book, just to break even.
Right.
Now, $10 is not a lot of money. It's a very small window. Now, if you're doing 1 million copies per year or something, then with volume and all of these things, of course, but when we're selling lower volume, it's just very expensive to sell things. A lot of direct-to-consumer brands, a lot of people start like the Warby Parkers or the Casper mattresses of the world. It's very, very expensive to make a sale. So what Evan has done is he's set up a funnel where after the initial purchase, there's the opportunity to really get like amazing things at a discount. This is a win-win because Evan has the chance to earn a little bit more revenue from that person. and the person gets these like crazy good things at a huge discount. So what we look at is, okay, if we have a $10 window, because that's all we really have, because it's $25, if we can offer the person to buy something and spend another $20 or $30 or $40 or $50 or $60 or whatever it is, then our $10 window can now become like $40. It can become a $60 window. Now, again, this is win-win, because Evan's like giving away like something worth $1,000 that people pay him $1,000 for. He's giving it away for whatever, $125 or whatever it is. So it's still a huge win for them, but it helps us open up a little bit more room so we can spend a little bit more. So right now our average cart size is back kind of down to $41. So Evan, to sell the book, we know it costs $15. So take 41 minus 15 from it, gives you $26. If we're basically costing us more than $26 to get a sale, we're losing money. If we can grow that cart up to $60 or $70 or $80 or $90, then we have more room for either profit for Evan, which I'm sure he'd be happy with, or we can invest it back into marketing to spread the message even more. I guess this is a hard thing for people to understand, is like, one, how much it actually costs to advertise your way to sales. And two, people think that you're trying to make money off of all of this stuff. You're not making anything off of this. Like, you're just literally doing this to get the message out there.
I wonder if we do, so there's the bump, right? Which is the Thought Leadership Academy training. Mm-hmm. And then the one-time offer.
The bump does well. We could also just look at moving up the cost of the bump. I know that it was profiled at $39 because that was like a profiled amount. But if you move it to 43 and it continues to sell at the same amount, it earns you $4 more.
I mean, I'm open to testing. Mm-hmm. We need to have enough volume
to be able to see if it makes a difference.
See, but with ClickFunnels, you can have a go between two pages, mm-hmm. and it'll test to see which one is converting better.
It'll just take 4 months to get stat significance.
The other thing I'm thinking is if we, maybe for the YouTube audience, don't have the free month on the movement makers and try to sell that.
Okay, so now all of our calculations do not include your movement makers revenue. Right. So because we're giving away, so Evan's funnel works as this. We have the initial book sale, then we have what we call a bump, which is you can get his Thought Leadership Academy recordings for like 99% off or something crazy like that. Like it's really crazy how valuable that is. And then there's the opportunity to sign up for his movement makers, his private group that typically is $49 per month, I think. And you're giving away the first month for free. And people who are in there are fanatical. It's so high energy and so high volume or value. But we don't count the movement makers at all in our calculations yet, even though we probably should, because we don't yet know the retention or the churn.
Yeah.
And so it would be premature for us to say, well, you're going to keep them from a year at $50 per month, that's $600 per head. Now our funnel looks great. We don't know if people will stay for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever it is. And we don't know how many people will fall off after the first month. So in a few more months, we'll be able to predict that. And if you want to give me that revenue in my calculations, it will help make the funnel look more profitable. But right now we're not calculating that.
Well, what I think we might do, because the goal of this funnel is to be a break even. And then the upper end of it, that hopefully becomes a business. Otherwise, you don't run an entire business just at break even.
You got to stop hitting your spinner.
Oh, is it? It's catching up on the.
It's just making like a high pitched metallic sound that only dogs.
What if I do it slowly?
No, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
What if I move it closer to the microphone?
It's actually not as bad. Not as bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. I could if we didn't do the free month and we just sold it, I could put the first month in to the calculations and still run a break even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that would give us another. Now, the movement makers is a much lower volume sale.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, like we've sold some YouTube. We've sold a YouTube course, I think, 2 YouTube courses. We haven't put that into the calculations either. So you know, the goal is to make the top of the funnel, the book sale and the bump be the thing that carries everything. But if you start to give us all of the really higher ticket item things as well, then you know, we have more room to play with. But that's always dangerous.
Anything.
That's always dangerous.
I don't mind anything that's through just the funnel. Like if they're going through that funnel, great. It's what comes afterwards. So like if somebody, some of those things are one-time offers, right? Just a one-time offer. Right now, the last step is the YouTube Growth Bootcamp, which leads to the webinar, which is already a webinar. There's no special thing coming to the funnel. I don't think they get a discount on it compared to if they went normally through it. If anybody buys directly through the funnel, I'm okay with it.
Okay. Well,
so that would mean
our calculations right now because truthfully, we're running campaigns that are non-profitable. Like they're just not profitable, and we have to be aware of that. And we run a few campaigns that are profitable. We have to be aware of that. So,
sure. But what's profitable depends on the average cart size.
Of course. But at a certain time, we're simply just playing kind of shell games as well. Like we're moving a little bit budget here to make things look better than it really is. There are campaigns that were campaigns that were not working. There are things that we could do that I'm hesitant to just run out and do because I'm worried about overspending. And bringing in the movement makers, bringing in, if we're able to sell more boot camps, bringing those into the calculations just gives us more ammo to be even more bullish. And right now,
but I don't mind because we're making money.
Sure, but
be directly.
But we're making money on the things that work, and we're losing. And we would make more money on the things that work faster, but we would lose more money on the things that don't work faster. The more bullish we are.
So, movement makers would just be the first month, not the whole thing. And a good program, people stick for 3 months. Like that's the average in the industry. It's not like some people will stick for a long time, and that's my goal. Like it destroys me to hear that the average is 3 months and people are out. But that's the average. But if we didn't give free trial, it was the first month and you just pay for it. I'm okay with that. First month being in the calculation. The YouTube bootcamp, if we're selling anything, because here's the thing, if somebody buys from YouTube, like if somebody's watching my YouTube channel, they see an ad, that's at break even or even potentially a loss under our current calculations, but that's what's leading to a bootcamp sale, then all of a sudden it becomes massively profitable. And we would have shut that campaign off where we should actually be maybe doubling down on it. It's all the stuff that happens afterwards. Like if it's the, I don't want to tie to retention. Like it's not the second month of movement makers or the third month or anything after. It's not any other bonuses or things that happen after. It's just what happens through that sequence. Maybe for the YouTube audience, that's what we test. Maybe for the YouTube campaign, we test the movement makers not being a free trial and you pay for the first month. Or it's a slightly discounted rate, or there's some bonus that gets tied into.
Yeah, because the one-time offer was, it has become Movement Makers first month free, but the one-time offer was originally going to be YouTube course 50% off. So the YouTube course, like going from buying a book about purpose to an advanced YouTube course to becoming a thought leader is a huge, massive step.
Right.
The Movement Makers really is the nice transitional area to help move from, you know, I have the book, I've consumed some Thought Leadership Academy stuff, I am in the Movement Makers, and then now I want to go to the YouTube bootcamp. So that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and hopefully, like in our other follow-ups and email sequences and whatever, marketing, we can move people along that path if they're interested. But if somebody's coming from a YouTube audience, they probably have a much more likely inclination to get into the YouTube bootcamp than if they're coming from Facebook or Instagram.
So do we want to do the first month of Movement Makers at $25? So giving you 50% off the first month, or?
I don't know that we haven't figured out how to do that, because the initial idea was to have it at $1, not free.
Yes.
So
yeah, I think I'm not a ClickFunnels developer.
Yeah, I think if it's
sell the product so that way it's one price and then it suddenly becomes something else. So then what's the offer then if it's a one-time offer, and if it's, you know, basically sign up now? We just change the wording from one-time offer to sign up now, and it's just wait. You know, 60% of people at this point want to take this up, you know.
What we could do is I could throw in as a test. I mean, I don't know how much volume we're going to be putting through this, but one of the things I have right now for people who sign up for the Movement Makers is I'll do an IG Live with them.
Okay.
And so I'm filling up my IG Live calendar with people, but I could pull that from the main campaign so that you don't, if you go to my homepage and you look at Movement Makers, you won't see that opportunity to do the IG Live with me. And we throw that into the one-time offer to say, hey, $49, you get in today and you get to spend 25 minutes one-on-one with Evan on Instagram Live and get exposure to his audience, but only through this funnel. Now, at some point, I can't take on too many people because...
Well, we'll have to see. These are cold people. So these are people who won't, I mean, this is the thing with the funnel, like, you know, it makes sense to me that Russell on his latest book was talking about how overwhelmingly successful the launch of this book was compared to other ones, because it's coming at the heels of the other 3 books he's launched, all the stuff he's done with Dean and with Tony Robbins. So, you know, people are becoming aware of him now and know him and know the book, and it's the next book in the series, and he's just bigger.
Sure.
We're going cold now. So we're selling to people who don't know you, most likely, who don't understand your message. So it's enough for us to, 1, sell them on why they need the book, on what the book is about and that's valuable. And that 2, you're someone you should listen to. So I don't know if all of these bumps and other things will convert as well as
we
did in a warm audience.
But it could be something that we even bring into the remarketing campaign the one that is working. Instead of doing the free trial, we turn it into the 25 minutes with Evan. So, I mean, I would never sell my time for $49 to come and, right? So you get some and give exposure, shout out. If you want to sell shout outs to my audience, and now you're going to get free consulting and exposure to my audience for $49, right?
So if you want to set up, do you have a Movement Makers funnel?
All we have is a landing page. It's a single landing page that talks about it. And honestly, it could be way better. There's no testimonials in there. It's just like super simple. Like it all fits onto one screen almost. So we haven't PHA'd that at all. Yeah. Right. It's just bare bones, threw something up together and it's there. And that's being linked from the homepage.
Yeah.
But if we're going to do a one-time offer through a funnel with the book, especially from Instagram, like if Instagram is where we're getting people from, Facebook. It makes sense to do it. Oh, is it all Facebook?
For your sales. So now we're talking about, again, the people who know you. It was Instagram audience and Facebook audience mashed together, right? Facebook stories.
Okay, but it's mostly Instagram audience. I mean, I don't have this big. We're finding them on Facebook, but they're coming from Instagram.
Yes.
So hitting them with a Instagram Live session is likely going to resonate more than somebody coming from YouTube who may not be using Instagram or know what Instagram Live is.
Right. I can work this into the remarketing. I guess what I'm questioning is, where am I sending this to? I just send them to the existing funnel?
We just have to change. No. We already have our funnel built. There's 2 funnels now. There's the cold one, which you just kind of went over,
I know.
and the remarketing one.
I'm saying the warm funnel, which is what we're doing all of our current remarketing on. We can create a new offer.
Yeah.
To get an IG live with Evan, or joining the movement makers, or just for buying the book.
On the one-time offer, it's already there.
Okay.
When they buy the book, there's the bump on the first page, and then it takes them to a one-time offer to join the movement makers for free the first month. We edit that page.
Okay.
We're not sending them anywhere else. We take that page and we edit it. We take out the free first month and instead say you pay for the first month. And the bonus is you get the time with Evan.
Okay. So on movement makers, number 1.
I just have to watch out that I'm not giving away too many, because then I'm screwed on my calendar. But it's a good test to see.
Okay. So we'll do the same thing on both ones. So movement makers first month to full paid, $49, and make one-time offer an IG live with Evan, 25-minute one-on-one with Evan on IG live, and get exposure to his audience.
And and the timing, right? Like, and the personal attention. Dude, we should save some of them. Like, it's life-changing. Should we put some of them up? I've downloaded some of them. We should put an example.
Sure.
Should put an example. I'm going to send you an example.
Social proof example video on this page. Evan to send.
We could cut it and cut out some of the hello, tell us about your business, whatever.
Yeah. Make it good. Make it good and send it to me.
That's let me send you. How many do we? So we on that page, we're already showing a sample of what movement makers looks like, right? The actual kind of webinar.
We do.
So we have that, and then do we also want to show now an IG live example?
Yep.
Just one or multiple? How many do you want?
Just one. And then did you get the quotes from people in movement makers talking about how awesome it is?
No. You want quotes from people?
Yep. A video. Add social proof example video on this page. Evan to send
They'll do it.
Video.
You want video or you want written?
Just screen captures of the comments would be great.
No, I can have people do something custom just for this. Like say, hey, we're give us your honest feedback on movement makers. People love it. They'll like.
Yeah, but I would like it though if you drop that into your Facebook group and we could literally screen capture the Facebook comments. So it'll have the name, it'll have the comment, it'll show it's written from Facebook. It adds, rather than us take the copy and drop it in as whatever, it's not HTML, but rather than take the copy as text, it looks better if it's screenshots pulled straight from social.
Okay, so I post something in the group to say, hey guys, we're trying to get some testimonials from movement makers to let other people know how awesome it is. Can you share some of your honest feedback? Yeah. Okay. Better than the video? Better than somebody saying, hey, I've been in movement makers for
yeah, because we can put like tons of them on there. All over the place. Add social proof.
Okay. This is very exciting. And then hopefully we bump up the average cart value, and then that gives you more budget to work with on the ad side.
Yes. Gives quotes from people in Facebook group. I want like 8 to 10 examples if you can.
8 to 10, okay.
8 to 10, and not big stories. Like something we can screen capture, not like tell Josh not to write a crazy long thing.
People love it. Okay, so you want like what, 2 to 3 sentences or 1 to 2 sentences?
Yeah. 1 to 2 sentences, something like that.
What, 1 to 3 sentences?
Perfect.
I'll ask him for 1 to 3 sentences. Okay, and then what about the YouTube course? Do we want to? I don't think it's being tracked back to this funnel.
I think you were the one who told me that we got a YouTube sale from it. So.
Well, because I said, hey, we got a YouTube sale, and then Marion, who's running that, said, oh, it wasn't our ad. So I thought it must have been through. Oh, no, I think it was Nina talked to the person or was emailing them and said, oh, you should, I think it'll be helpful for you. And then they went and bought it.
Oh, so it wasn't even us anyway. It was Nina.
But it was through the book. Like,
they
bought the book, and then
they
had a question about
sales.
Yeah. This is very exciting. And then I have to take off the offer for the Instagram Live off the main page.
Yeah.
People can't see it, and I won't offer it anymore.
So we only have a minute left, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to launch that campaign to cold as Dean, as we talked about. On the warm funnel, movement makers will go back to $49. The one-time offer will become an IG Live with Evan, 25 minutes, one-on-one with Evan and his IG Live, and get exposure to his audience. We're going to add social proof example video on this page of a live from you that you're going to edit and get to me. We're going to add social proof examples of screenshots of quotes from people in Facebook group, 8 to 10 screenshots, 1 to 3 sentences each that we can just grab. We can drop on there. And then we're going to figure out on our side if we can track back YouTube boot camp sales back to our funnel, as this opens up more YouTube advertising cost of acquisition targets for us. On the cold funnel, we're going to do the same thing with the boot camp, and we're going to do all of the same stuff with the movement makers anyway.
Okay. I zoned out in my excitement, but I trust you and what you're doing.
Okay.
It sounded like a bunch of blah, 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 blah. I was like, but I'm so excited, so let's go.
Okay.
I have my list of to-dos. That's Mark's concentration face. Look at that.
Perfect. Yes!
All right.
We're
We
doing
got
it.
Momentum. You know what? This is the opposite of how we started this call.
I listen. The reason I said that we were in a lull is because we were between we were between two mountaintops.
I feel so much better. Now I'm starting to feel the poison like seep back into my arm again. But
no, we're gonna get a campaign launch today.
That's so good. Yes.
Okay.
Lulls are not allowed. All right. Thank you, Mark.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
If you want to see the last time Mark pushed my face in and we developed some insane marketing strategies, check out the video right there next to us. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and we'll see you there.